We're getting a glimpse into the very lively election panel held on December 4th in New York City at the DealBook Summit. There were 10 people on the panel, including Trump sycophants and Trump critics and reporters. New York Times reporter Maggie Haberman was the moderator, and some of the participants included Kevin McCarthy, former Speaker of the House of Representatives, Jason Miller, a senior advisor to Trump, and Sarah Longwell, publisher of The Bulwark, who is a Republican but a Trump critic. And I'm naming these three people specifically because they're going to be featured players in this clip that I'm going to play for you. And truly, this was a moment that brought me joy. And we don't get very many of those moments, especially when you are covering politics daily. But there are some moments when these hypocrites and liars get called out for being hypocrites and liars, and you feel like there is some justice, and there is, this is one of those moments. Sarah Longwell in this clip says to Kevin McCarthy's face what so many people have been unwilling to say to him. Kevin McCarthy is, of course, another one of these Republicans who directly after January 6th said that he wanted Donald Trump to resign, only to go on and cower and endorse him for re-election in 2024, and even say that he would serve in his cabinet. So Kevin is back and pretending like the real threat is Joe Biden, citing public support for Donald Trump, and Sarah Longwell does not let this moment pass her by.
Right. Even if you go to the poll and not Republican or Democrat, I think it was maybe 3 months ago, independents believe the greatest threat to democracy was Joe Biden getting reelected. And that was independents, not Republican or Democrat. So what you say, you can believe, but that's not what the American public believes.
There's a difference between what the American people
Sarah
think
Longwell.
and what's true. Mm-hmm. So the idea, I don't know why, I don't know what we are, why the defense of Merrick Garland, sure. Donald Trump lied about an election being stolen and then sicked a mob on the Capitol. And it's funny that you roll your eyes at this, Kevin, because you're the one who went down and resurrected him. You want to know what happened just now in the 2024 election? Is we elected the most dangerous, criminal human being, corrupt human being that America has ever elected. And Kevin, you helped him. You're the one who went and got him after.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
you're welcome.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Okay.
And in doing so, you enabled this. And so Joe Biden, the idea that Joe Biden's Justice Department is the problem here, as opposed to Donald Trump, and the fact that he tried to overturn an election and sicked people on the Capitol, is, I don't know if people let you get away with that in rooms all the time, but you should never be allowed to get away with it.
So you do realize President
Jason.
Trump won the popular vote.
Stop.
I do.
And
How smug he is. And really, what are his other options, I guess, when he knows he's wrong? He knows he's a sellout. He knows he traded his principles for proximity to power. He has no choice but to sit there and be smug. The other choice would be to be honest, and we know he's not going to do that. But I loved what Sarah said at the top of the clip, that there's a difference between what the American people think and what's true. Did you see Kellyanne Conway scoff at that, by the way? Miss Alternative Facts over there wasn't sure how to process that line. And then at the end of the clip, we had Jason Miller confirming Sarah believes that Trump won the popular vote, as though that is evidence that Donald Trump should be treated as some sort of God king and given free rein to do whatever he sees fit. I love that quote from Christopher Hitchens that is, "Don't take refuge in the false security of consensus." You may be able to find many people who agree with you, but that doesn't make you right. If what you believe is at odds with the facts, we know the popular vote was very close, and there are millions of Americans who didn't vote at all. And then, of course, there are the facts. And it shouldn't matter what people think about the facts. We shouldn't consider how many people agree with a fact before we consider it a fact. So good for Sarah Longwell for calling this out, for calling out Kevin McCarthy right to his face. I hope we see more journalists, more elected officials, anyone who is in close proximity to a liar or a hypocrite, desperately in need of being checked. I hope that they get checked. My name is Brittany Page from The Page Perspective on YouTube, and I am so looking forward to going through the day's headlines with you, and I'd love for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, where I talk a lot about public policy, politics, and social justice. Please sound off in the comments and let me know what you think about the stories I'm covering today.
Well, I wrote a book after a long journey and a ton of work. I am really thrilled with how it turned out, and I hope you'll read it. The book is called The Echo Machine, and in a nutshell, it looks at how American politics got so broken, who has already figured out solutions, and how we can try to fix it and stop the terror of Trump for the next 4 years. With Trump winning this election, The Echo Machine couldn't be more relevant, not only a warning about how we got here, but also about what might be coming and how to prevent the worst outcomes. We've got to stay engaged. We need a plan, and that's what the book is about. There's a belief out there that unless you have corporate media behind you, you can't have a successful political book launch, that it's not possible. I think we can prove that wrong. Order The Echo Machine today at davidpakman.com/echo on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Audible, Kindle, anywhere that books, ebooks, and audiobooks are sold. You can also call any local bookstore and say, please order me The Echo Machine by David Pakman. Wherever you get the book, you'll get the free pre-order perks, including the signed book plate. Head to davidpakman.com/free book stuff after ordering.